Greetings and welcome to Theology, Geek, Fitness. I'm Jonathan Pritchett, and in this video I'm going to talk about food. And I get asked a lot how it is that I stay lean the way that I do, between 11 and 13% body fat, all year round, while continuing, little by little, to build muscle mass. You know, it gets harder when you're in your mid-40s like I am, but I still get gains. I still continue to put on pounds while staying at the same 11 to 13% body fat. How do I do it? I simplified my eating. Now, if you've watched previous videos, you know that I did a review of Underson's Lean Build nutrition program, and I'm still a fan of it. I still occasionally eat from it every now and then when I'm looking for something different to eat. I'll make a menu item, but for the most part, the best thing about that was the methodology that I took from it. And since I've gotten it, as time has gone on, I just decided to simplify everything, simplify my food. I spend 30 minutes a week or less prepping my meals for the week, okay? I prep my lunch and afternoon meals. Don't normally prep dinner because my wife and I take turns cooking, and we basically cook the same kinds of things that I'm eating already anyway. We eat relatively healthy, and I just slack off on the carbohydrates later in the evening, and I'm basically eating the same things. What do I eat for breakfast? I eat 2 scrambled eggs and a protein shake. If I have a post-workout meal, it's going to be a fistful of oatmeal, instant oatmeal that I put in a cup, under a Keurig, pour hot water over it, dump a protein powder on top of it, stir it up, and eat it. So, my lunches, I eat the same thing for lunch just about every day. When I'm cooking, it's going to be chicken, turkey, or fish. It's going to be brown rice or quinoa, which I will, when it's done, I'll pour some broth from like a bouillon cube. I know that's not the healthiest thing in the world, but I want to add a little bit of taste to it, so I'll pour that over it. And a green vegetable, so like this. And I'll put them in these containers. I just take chicken, chop it into cubes, cook it. Green vegetable like broccoli, sometimes that'll be spinach or Brussels sprouts. And then this week I'm having quinoa. Just 1 cup of quinoa, 2 cups of water, bring it to a boil, then simmer it for 15 minutes, covered with a lid, and then pull it off and let it sit there with the lid on for another 5 minutes, and then fluff it with a fork. It's not as painless as the rice cooker, but, you know, you got to have a little bit of variety. And speaking of variety, so there's chicken, broccoli, and quinoa. Here's ground turkey, broccoli, and quinoa, right? So a little bit of variation this week, but these are my lunches. It's going to be turkey, fish, or chicken. It's going to be broccoli, Brussels sprouts, or spinach, and it's going to be quinoa or brown rice all the time. And since I've pretty much given up on protein bars because they're not that great, in the afternoon's meal, I'll have like, you know, fresh lettuce or spinach or something with some either chicken or beef thrown on top with a couple of tomatoes and some shredded cheese. If not that, I'm just going to eat more chicken, right? Chicken with some onions in it and some tomatoes that I chopped up and cooked in there with it. It's same amount of protein, a lot, or if not a little bit more, a lot healthier than a protein bar, and I'll probably drink a protein shake with it. That's what I eat every day. And I spend 30 minutes a week prepping my food. So normally when people ask me about it and I tell them how pretty much simplified and boring my food is, their countenance tends to fall because very few people could probably stand doing this. I just don't care. I just stopped caring about trying to enjoy every meal and make every meal different, whatever. I do get some variety at night, but it's still basically the same things. It's going to be a protein. It's going to be either rice, quinoa, or on occasion we do potatoes. And then, you know, whether it's mashed or baked or whatever. And it's going to be probably a green vegetable like green beans or peas or something. But we just keep it simple. We try to eat healthy for dinner. And sometimes we'll break out lean build and try recipes. I really like making spaghetti. And we eat spaghetti with, tomatoes from the garden, some ground beef, peppers, onions, mushrooms, and tomatoes, the tomato sauce that we make, and pour that over some zucchini noodles, stuff like that. So we eat relatively healthy. Do I cheat? Yeah, I do cheat. Not as much as like other people cheat, but I cheat. And my cheats really is like, I'll make, I'll make buffalo wing, or I'll make chicken wings in an air fryer, spray it down with my 0-calorie vegetable oil spray, throw it in the air fryer for 26 minutes, pull it out, drown it in 0-calorie Frank's Red Hot, and that's my cheat meal. It's not really even a cheat, but maybe pizza once a month or something, but I just don't care. I'm not big on food anymore other than viewing it as fuel, and since I've felt really great since I started eating like this, and I'm only eating healthy foods, maybe snack on a piece of fruit or something very rarely, but just eating this kind of stuff every day has made me feel fantastic, and it keeps me lean all year round. It takes 30 minutes to prep all of this food for the week, and sure, you're heating it up Friday when you prepped it on Sunday, and by then it's just kind of like, but you're just like, whatever, who cares? You just shove it in your mouth and get on. It's just food, right? And so, other than a little bit of variety at night, I like chili. Some of these crock pot meals are real healthy. Since we've been having a little garden in our backyard, we have all kinds of wonderful fresh vegetables that you can just mix together with other stuff for stews and stuff. So it's really good. And you just portion control and you limit your carbs in the evenings. But as far as most of my meals, same thing every day. 2 eggs and a protein shake. Post-workout meal, and to be honest, I don't always have that. My lunches, my afternoon meals, my dinner, and maybe a protein shake before bed if I'm, just have to have something, if I need something on my stomach to help me sleep or whatever. And I'll mix those with almond milk, the protein powder with almond milk. That's it. That's what I eat. All the time, same things. If I was losing weight, I would just have 2 eggs for breakfast and maybe a shake. I would have one of these meals for lunch, and then I'd have another one of these meals for dinner to take the thinking out of it. And that's it. And you'd probably lose weight on that. And me, I'm trying to stay with either a maintenance or just a slight caloric surplus as I bulk up. But like I said, I stay pretty much lean year round, because they actually can tell you can still make gains even in a caloric deficit, but I just like to maintain and add a little bit, and I've been making small incremental gains all year, so I'm fine with it. It works for me. It probably is not going to work for a lot of people, but because I get asked a lot, I thought I would share this information. So yeah, you just get this stuff cooked up in your kitchen on Sunday for the whole week, put it in the fridge, carry it to work with you. If you have a on-the-go job, not in an office, they sell meal prep bags that you can take with you to keep your food at wherever you temperature controlled or whatever. So maybe that's worth investing in. But for me, the easiest thing for me to do was stop caring. It's just food. Stop caring about having the spice of life and variety and all of that now. It's fuel. Just eat it. And, every now and then, have a little cheat, but don't, consume way too much. And at this point, though, for me, I don't even like to eat a whole lot of, junk food anyway. I'm real particular about what I'm putting in my body now, so it's not like my cheats are anything crazy. But there you go. If you like this video, found it helpful, click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm thinking I'll probably upload the full video from where I took those cooking clips for the patrons, even though it'd be exceedingly boring to watch me cook. But you can see how easy it is and how relatively little time it takes to prep and put them in your containers. So if you want to help support the channel, you can become a patron at patreon.com/theologygeekfitness. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for your time, and God bless.